Welcome to another episode of Tangential Thoughts Chat Show. I'm your chief, Gihareh, leader of the Kim Dynasty and the Spiritual Bandits, because we take our abundance, we don't ask for it, so rightfully ours. And on today's episode of, On today's episode of Cigar Talk, we got the Punch Golden Era cigar. We got the Punch Golden Era cigar. Now, what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a live. I'm trying to multitask here. So I'm going to go live from YouTube on the phone. And we're going to do an unboxing for my 6th book, The Graffiti Jungle. And so if you don't know what the Graffiti Jungle is, and you don't know what Project Extinction is, this is it right here. This is it. So I'm just getting set up real quick. My hotspot, as you can see, kind of low. So I got my mobile charger right here. Got my mobile charger. 111 on the timer, just saw 111 on the timer. And so because I don't really want to edit this John, but I still want it to be a good episode of Cigar Talk. Boom. Got some good bars. Now it's charging. We charging up. So, you know me. Cigar Talk, baby. This my work shirt. So, of course it's gonna have some cigar bands on it, you feel me? And of course it's gonna have that Project Extinction merch, you feel me? On the pants and all. So, of course, you know me, when I got my Cigar Talk, here go the intro. Let's do the intro for Cigar Talk real quick. Where my intro at? I ain't make my intro to Cigar Talk until this year. So is it this one? Yeah, here it go. It's this one. So let's let the intro play. Run that back. Hold up. Run that back. No, dang, where it go? Where it go? Okay, here it goes. So the Arthur, Cigar Talk podcast host, artist, fashion designer, rock star. Let's go. Photographer. You see the art. I'm trying to turn myself into a Grand Theft Auto 6 character. Chief Gihareh. Switch the jackets up on them. So you see, that's one of my staple hats. Reading the book. You see the book right there. Cigar band rockstar artist. With the Jeep. That's back when I had the Jeep and whatnot. All right, rest in peace. So the Jeep. That's a good segue into it. The Jeep. I called my Jeep the Graffiti Jungle. So if you look at my page, you come to my page, the first video that's on the highlight of my joint is I said, yo, I live in a mobile aquarium. This is when I had my betta fish, so rest in peace to my fish, my betta fish Caesar. Zoo, because I had my snake Nagini, rest in peace to Nagini. And my dog Bailee. So my snake and my dog, that's my dragon and my lion. And then it was an aquarium, a zoo, and an art museum all in one. And so I called it an art museum because I spray painted the whole Jeep. I had all my art on my art was on the windows, my art was on the roof. That picture that you saw, that portrait that you saw, that was on the roof of the joint on the inside. I had other pictures. I had another portrait on one side. I had another picture I painted on the other, covering up the back windows. The back windows was tinted. The whole Jeep was painted, bro. I'm talking about the roof of the roof of the Jeep had the turtle shell, so I had my Ninja Turtle Jeep. And then the hood was pink. I put Jessica Rabbit on the front. I drew Jessica Rabbit on the front of that. The side of it, the first door I ever painted, I put the dinosaur on the side of it, and I had the joint up there. Then I just started spray painting on it, and I let other people spray paint it. So after a while, tying that all together, the aquarium, zoo, art museum, mobile, because I was on my, it's a car. I'm in my Jane mobile. I had my Cigar Talk, my podcast, doing all that mobilely. That was the Graffiti Jungle. And so, rest in peace. So after, because I started screen printing. And so my first screen print design was the Project Extinction. This is my first screen print design. And then when it came down to a second screen print design, I decided to go ahead and, you know, make a tribute to the Jeep, the Graffiti Jungle, which was, and it had a rest in peace to my fish, Caesar. My betta fish, his name was Caesar, and my snake, his name was Nagini. And so I just kind of wanted to tie all that together. Here's the Graffiti Jungle. Yes, I switched, I spelled jungle this way. I first got my Jeep. What does it say? I got my Jeep July 28th, 2020, and then it was repossessed on February. I got my Jeep July 28th, 2020, and it got repossessed on February 22nd, 2024. So this was my design for my Jeep, the Graffiti Jungle. And then so what I kind of wanted to do, it just got delivered. So just came in. And so what I kind of wanted to do, let's go ahead and get this joint started. I wanted to, you know, make sure, you just saw my staple. You just saw in the intro, I had the black hat. That was my first staple hat. Boom, boom. Now I got this one. You saw the jackets. You saw the leather jacket. And you saw the NASCAR jacket. You saw it hinted in there. And then this is the jacket that I got for myself on my birthday. So, boom. Let's go in and get set up here. Yes. Whatchamacallit, Bailee just came back. So, she just came back. Perfect timing, Bailee. Perfect timing. So, let's get my outfit on. Let me get the outfit on. Boom. So, slight shit, tight shit. You feel me? I was like, if I'm going to do the unboxing for my video, I want it to be as perfect as I possibly can be. And so, this is as lavish. We got to give off. You got to embrace the abundance. This is as lavish as it's going to be. So I actually wanted to do a live. So I got you saw the intro from the phone. So now I'm about to go live. I already set it up on YouTube. So this is just when I start to get on saying, give some advice to other people coming up. Oh, look, you know what I'm saying? I'll show it just like this. So we currently have 1,169 followers. The reason I kind of wanted to show this was you also see angel number right there, 111, 111 views on when we watched the eclipse today. So that was today. Today we watched the eclipse. What I should have did while I was looking at the eclipse, I should have zoomed in so people could actually see. I made it a little lackluster than it actually was, but it was kind of cool to see the eclipse. So the book got delivered today on the eclipse. The official publishing date would have been February 29th, because it's a leap year, so I thought it was a good day to publish the book, February 29th. But we went through some stuff, so I'm about to go ahead and go live on the YouTube. Let's go YouTube, boom. And see, it's already set up. Right there, you see that one at the top. So boom, hit that. That's what we're about to do right here. So you can kind of see, boom. This is unboxing my sixth book. The title for my sixth book is called Six, The Graffiti Jungle. So this is Cigar Talk. This is our Cigar Talk today. Let's go live. It's already set up. Let's go ahead and get in there. Let's go live. So boom, so people can see. There we are. Let's get it going. So remember, let's get the poll going. Send Cash App to send Cash App to boom, Cigar Talk, mukbang. Well, we can't even do the mukbang, Cigar Talk podcast. Arthur, Cigar Talk podcast, Graffiti Jungle. Because the Graffiti Jungle has taken on like a new name, you know what I'm saying, a new brand, like it's different now. So, Cigar Talk podcast, Graffiti Jungle. We're going to say artist Arthur. Artist versus Arthur. Alright, let's start the poll. Again, I just see 111 on this timer. You know what I'm saying? Just saw 111 on this timer. All right. We're going to set it up with, this is now our, what's this called? This is the tripod now. The other tripod, I miss it. It had the bendy legs. I called it Tshirt. But I accidentally lost it because, you know, I was smoking in public places. I was smoking in the McDonald's, and I think that's where I lost it because I tried to get up out of there too fast. I just ended up leaving it. All right, so we're gonna set this up like right about here. So this one I can actually probably get a better view. All right, I'm going live on the YouTube. So welcome to another episode of Tangential Thoughts Chat Show. I'm your chief, Gihareh, leader of the Kim Dynasty and the Spiritual Bandits, because we take our abundance, we don't ask for what's so rightfully ours. And on today's episode of Cigar Talk, we're going to be smoking this punch. It has an 1840 on it, and this gold leaf band, and $14.99. So we're going to be doing this one, and I'll be putting one of these bands in the book, and one band might go on one of my jackets, or it might go on this shirt. I don't know where I'm gonna put it at just yet, but kind of wanted to go through. And so in this episode, I'm gonna unbox my 6th book, but I kind of wanted to go through like the story of why I published all my books. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go through, and let's get here. So first of all, in my bag right now is Crush. So please welcome Crush. Let me get a shout out, Bae. I got a shout out from this camera. Say hey, Bae. Say hey, Bae. All right, so Bae, and so y'all can see Bailee here. Hey, Bae. All right. So that's that. Now, introducing my Crush, my pet dragon, Crush. So this is really cool. Today's gonna be a special day for me because, you know what I'm saying, it was an eclipse in the Aries season, and it's also special because this is the first time Bailee and Crush are at the Graffiti Jungle. You know what I'm saying? Bailee and Crush are at the Graffiti Jungle. So first time we're gonna let Crush, you know what I'm saying? We'll let him sit up for a little bit, see what he do, see what he wanna do. He gonna start moving, watch, because he outside. So I'm gonna let him sit there for a little bit. So the Graffiti Jungle, let's get into it. The Graffiti Jungle is still mobile. You know what I'm saying? The Graffiti Jungle is still mobile. It turned into a suitcase. You know what I'm saying? And so in this suitcase, I gotta shift the camera, make sure we are up here. Or do I want to bring it down some? Okay, boom. I think that's better. So inside of the Graffiti Jungle, we have, open it up, I got all my books, but I also got some t-shirts. So inside the Graffiti Jungle, this is a file, it's like a file cabinet type of suitcase. It's a file cabinet type of suitcase. So right here, I got shirts for sale. I can do any shirt and just put the Project Extinction, you know what I'm saying, design on it. Boom. So this was one shirt. You can see it really well on that, yeah, that's even better. So on the black on the white shows up really well. There's the Project Extinction. And so you kind of see also the transformation, how the Project Extinction design transformed. So it went from, like I just showed you on my pants, what you see on the shirt, to the reversal, the Project Extinction reversal design. So if you look at one of my other videos, is this screen print? Is it success or fail? Look at that, and I'll show you kind of like, I explain basically what happened. But here's one of them. Let me put it back. So There's one. And then here was another, so you can see it on the black. Really good. I hit this one twice. So on this black shirt, it was a Dale Earnhardt shirt, and if you've been seeing me, I have a Dale Earnhardt NASCAR jacket. So I put this one twice at the bottom of that. Boom. So Dale Earnhardt twice on that. So I'm selling the shirts, Project Extinction shirts. It's just remixing. You know what I'm saying? Your old shirts. Take any shirt, put this Project Extinction design on it. Because it's almost like looking at the shoe, right? A shoe, a regular Nike shoe is whatever, but then you put that Jordan sign on it, and now it costs a little different. So that's why I got this Project Extinction merch. I can put it on. The shirt costs one thing, but once I put that stamp on it, it costs something different. So Project Extinction merch. We got Project Extinction merch inside of here. It's like, how do I transform the graffiti jungle? And so, again, mobily, I can still mobile. I can carry my suitcase with my legs. You know what I'm saying? Can't stop me. I ain't gotta have a car to be mobile. As long as you can walk. Like, you're gonna appreciate a time when you can't walk no more. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a time where you're gonna need a cane to walk. And so, from here though, why did I publish my books? Why did I publish each one of my books? So we're gonna start. My first book, and which is just called, it's the title for the chat show and the podcast. It's called Tangential Thoughts. So when I first started my book, actually I started it a long time ago. I ain't gonna say like a long time ago, but I started a couple years ago. Did I even mention that? I'm not sure if I even mentioned that. But I had first started writing my book. And I first started it, and what I was trying to do was I was trying to get people's opinions on it. And I would write a little bit, and I would send it to people and say, hey, what do you think about it? But then I kind of like left it alone. And then what made me get back into it again, get back into writing, so I went through like a tough breakup. So the first time when I went through the breakup, this is when I started journaling for real. Well, I've been had a journal too. So my first journal is called Brain Release. This is red sketchbook. That's what I wrote down. My first journal is this red journal. I titled it Brain Release, and that was the name of my first art business and company. And I even say it right here. I say it right here on the back of this. Show you YouTube. So he started his art business, Brain Release Limited Company, in 2020, and looks forward to expand in 2023. So my first business, was named after my first journal because I had missed sketching so much, and so I had got a little sketchbook just so I can sketch and things like that, and got a little book so I could sketch and things, and so I was drawing in it. And anytime I had a good idea, I would write it down, because I hate, you got a good thought and then you forget about it later. That was my thing. So I didn't like forgetting certain thoughts. So if I had a good thought, I would write that down. If I saw a dope quote, either in a book or a movie or somewhere, if I heard or saw a good quote, I would write it down in my book, or if I heard it in conversation, and I was writing all these quotes down and stuff. And then so that's what my book started to be like. That's how I started the book. Okay. When I first went through the breakup, I started journaling, and then after that, Valentine's Day was coming up, and Valentine's Day was like big because that's when Bailee, the year before, this is when I was dating the ex at the time. And then Bailee had her puppies and I had Valentine's Day with them. So this first Valentine's Day was kind of hard for me. And so I took like 2 weeks off of school. I was teaching at the time. I took like 2 weeks off of school, and I needed to like just get away and just get my mind off things. And so I ended up writing my book. And so one of my uncles, my great uncle, I don't like him anymore. We can kind of get into that a little bit different time, but I appreciate the time at that time, but no longer, right? Like, you can appreciate somebody for when they was in your life at a certain time, but after that, it's like no more. You know what I'm saying? You did something that was, foul. We'll get into that a little bit. So, but he actually picked me up. Bailee keep bringing me this stick. So he picked me up, and I went to Tennessee. So when I went to Tennessee, and this is all around Valentine's Day weekend. I just spent my time and my days writing my book. And so what helped me finish the book was, one, so me starting it and me going ahead and finish it was, yo, I need to get my mind off things, you know what I'm saying, this bad breakup and this and the third. So I needed to divert my energy into something, so that's how I do the book. And another one of my former friends, she publishes a lot of books, and so with her, she was like, I was like, how you just writing? And she was like, yo, I just write. She don't worry about typos. She don't worry about, because she actually has a company that she goes with and stuff like that, so people gonna edit her stuff. But she was like, yo, I just write, and I don't care about typos. I don't company, I just write. And so I was trying to be very thoughtful. I mean, I was very thoughtful and intentional about what I was writing in each book. So the book starts off as, it's a quote, then it's my response or interpretation to the quote. So it's like, I can give you an excerpt. I just opened up to this page. You can tell the size of a person's identity by the size of the problem it takes to discourage them. Adlai Stevenson. That's the quote. My response. Everybody handles pressures differently. The magnitude of a situation, the gravity of a decision, or the severity of the consequences can break a person. But ain't nothing new under the sun. Situations change, but themes remain the same. Somebody has beat that same crisis you're dealing with. Remember that. So that was my response to it. And so some of the responses were like longer, they were very well in depth, and then but like when I got to a point where it's like, let me just finish it. I was just like, if I don't have more to say, just go to the next quote. And so I would respond to a quote, do my interpretation or breakdown to it, and then just, if I couldn't write no more, just move to the next one. So that's how I got it done. So I published my first book, Tangential Thoughts, in February 17, 2023. Let me put it back. Then I came back and I published Tangential Thoughts version 2. So this is Tangential Thoughts version 2, and you see Project Extinction. Tangential Thoughts version 2, Project Extinction. Now this time, on the back of this one, there is no synopsis and summary, but you do see the dragon that wraps around it. So this is why I love this one. The cover of this one, it wraps around. Oh, something fell out. It's just a receipt. I like to keep receipts from different times. So these are all my author copies. So my author copy of this book, I use this. So the first one is super sloppy. I'll show you. Look, you're trying to move now. You on the move now. You're trying to, you know what I'm saying, get up and get around. You're like, what's up? What's going on? So, first book is a little sloppy. When I say sloppy, I mean as far as, I got people writing all in it. You know what I'm saying? People write all in it everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So this turned out to be that type of book. Like, I got people writing in it from anywhere, everywhere. When I meet somebody just randomly, I had them put it in there, or if I smoke a cigar with you. But this is like that keepsake. I can remember who invested in me and on my journey and stuff like that. So people can, when I see people, I let them sign anywhere in this book. I'm like, pick a page. Just open the book up. Whatever page you know what I'm saying, you land on, that's where it was guiding you to. So I got people signing that book. Then the way I use this book is I keep track of the cigars I smoke. And so, as you can see here, boom, I got a ton of cigars. So the one I had earlier today was actually this band right here. And I don't have a review for it in here, but I need to go ahead and update that because I didn't like it too much. But this one, I kind of keep track of the cigars that I'm smoking and things like that. And so the other part of it is, so like, this was reminding me, so, where is it at? Just saw it. So like right here, you see how this cigar, the one at the top, has that leaf in it? Has that leaf design. That's how this one reminded me of, but I know it's a different cigar because it's a different band. So this is Project Extinction. This is Tangential Thoughts version 2. Aw, he kind of went inside the bag, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. He went inside the bag. So this is Tangential Thoughts version 2. And so version 1, was published February 17th, 2023. Version 2. So here's version 2. It got to a point where so remember, my first book, it was it was in response to, it was a trauma response. My response to the trauma that I went through and the bad breakup was writing that first book. I was like, let me just go ahead and get the book done. Then the second part was for version 2. That's when like my uncle, my sister, my ex-best friend, and like some of my frat brothers, like they all conspired. And my uncle just, with some of them is just like since they helped my uncle, I kind of just like put them all in this. I just grouped them all in the same thing. So my uncle, like he conspired to put me into he put me in a mental hospital. And they're like, well, how'd you go along with it and go through it or whatever? And that's what I put in Tangential Thoughts version 2. Tangential Thoughts version 2 is me telling my side of the story about like how my uncle picked me up, took me to the hospital, left me there, and then he took me to the hospital, left me there, and then the hospital kept me there. And I ended up missing. I was supposed to do it's a traveling book club. I was supposed to host this book club meeting, and he does all this the day before I host a book club meeting. So I ended up not hosting it, and I spent 8 days of my life inside this mental hospital. And so version 2, because when I told somebody about this, and they was like, yo, that's another story. That's another book right there. So what I ended up doing was just taking version 1, and I was like, well, boom, this is my side of the story about what happened. So I said, all right, this is my side of the story, what happened, and I'm telling my side. And what ends up happening with this? Oh, okay. So I get out, but after I get out, my mindset different. My mindset is on some, all right, bro. Because right before that, like the day this jump happened, bro, I had just bought an Aang action figure, and I was gonna make a stop motion cartoon out of it. I was gonna turn myself into a cartoon character, and so when I got out, bro, but this happening, it stopped all that. Any of the ideas that I was gonna create and produce, this stopped it. And so then I'm in the mindset and the frame of, okay, man, if something like this ever happened again, then I need to just go ahead and create and get all this stuff out. So so the book would have been fresher. It would have been a little more detailed and a little more, expansive if I had wrote it. I had started writing what happened down, and then I kind of stopped because when I got out, my uncle, they also conspired. They took my dogs away from me. I had Bailee and I had a poodle. My poodle name was Benji. So I had Bailee and Benji, but the vet hospital wouldn't let me see them until I beat the court case, and the court case wasn't until August. And so it's like I spent the whole month of July without my dogs, and I couldn't get my dogs back. They wouldn't let me see my dogs. They wouldn't let me hug my dogs or nothing until I got passed through the court case. Now, my frat brother, my uncle had conspired with him. This is why I don't trust my frat brother, because it's like, if you helping somebody do something that's not right, then you shouldn't try to put yourself in somebody to do. If you know somebody's not doing something right, you shouldn't try to help them. And so he ends up helping him or whatever, and he ends up having my snake and my knife. So I ended up getting my snake back like a little bit later from him and my knife and stuff. So I had my snake for a little bit, and then but my lease was ending on my apartment. And so when my lease was ending, I had to go live out the car. I had to live out the Jeep. And if you never lived out your car before, which I had never, had to live like that, I had to focus all my time and energy on how do I live inside my car if I'm not going to be doing it. How do I live without a job? And because I had a little bit of money left over from teaching, but once the money ran out from teaching, I didn't know what to do. So I had started writing my book, and then I stopped because I started living out the Jeep. And then it got to the point where I had stopped writing it, but then, me, I be watching the videos and whatnot, and the lady, one of the ladies was like, yo, one of y'all, y'all, she said something, she literally said something about a book. I'm pretty sure if I go through my videos, I can find it, but she was like, one of y'all, like, you scared to write your book? Spirit saying, go ahead and publish that, put that out, go ahead and do that in the third. So I ended up typing my book, and so it was one day, I'm typing my book, and Tangential Thoughts version 2. I'm typing it up in the back of my Jeep. I spent the whole night typing it up, boom, boom, boom. And then as soon as I finish the book and I go to publish it, the computer dies. I go to try to charge it up here, go try to charge it up there. Never works out, right? It just never, the computer never cuts back on. It's not charging. I can't find an outlet that's going to provide the computer with enough power to charge up. So the computer not charging. So I had typed it, but I didn't publish it until like November because I ended up I had to take, my stuff was in storage. So the reason I even got storage was because I didn't feel safe riding around my car with everything in my car. So I got some storage, put the stuff in storage, and then I couldn't pay for storage no more. I had to get my stuff out of storage, and I didn't have the money for that, and that's a whole nother ordeal. But one of my friends ends up sending me the money so I can get my stuff out of storage. So I get my stuff out of storage, and when I get my stuff out of storage, that's when I get the laptop back, and that's when I publish the book. So I plan to publish it in November. That's my second book. So it's just an extension of my first book, but this time my approach to it was I'm going to show you how I journal. And so I tried to at first I made it like a journal entry type of thing. So I'm like, okay, here's this date, and I'm typing up the journal entries. But then, you know what I'm saying, the junk happened where I put it in storage and I couldn't finish it no more and all that. So then I put that into the book, and then so I'm like, I'm journaling again. But anyway, I finally get it published. That's when I published it. Then, also, so I think that's what I'll also say this, because I didn't, like, after I published the second book, and I'm learning how to create my own book covers. So, because I'm playing on Instagram and stuff, and I'm playing with book, because I'm playing on Instagram and I learned how to like mash stuff up. So I republished Tangential Thoughts again. So this is Tangential Thoughts. This is what the hardcover actually looks like now. And so, because there's a couple things I wanted to be able to do. There's a couple things I just wanted to be able to do with it. So this time on the back of it, I want people, I'm saying a lot, but whatever. I want people to be able to go to the YouTube and Instagram. So the back of it says Kim Dynasty. The Instagram is Kim_Dynasty. So I'll put all that back there. This Jessica Rabbit picture, that's the picture I ended up drawing on the front of my car. And then somebody, oh shit. Okay. Let's get this thing back right. Okay. So, just looking like this. So, these pictures, this is one of my favorite camp shirts. It's called a camp shirt. I don't know why. I guess it's the cut of the shirt. This is one of my favorite shirts. So I took this picture in Miami, but it got a girl lips and it has her smoking or whatever. So that's why I really like this shirt. And then when I was doing my cigar talk, I used to do my cigar talk by the pool or whatever. And so this is when I first had my cigar talk. And this is one of my black shirts that I had. And I just cut it up, ripped it up, and had my fedora on with my drink. This another one. These are some pictures that I actually like. So you can see I got the salad on right there and the drink in my hand and the headband wrapped up. So, and then that's my first guitar that I had. So it's my first guitar, all black fit. First guitar, all black fit. This is just one of my favorite jerseys, that McGrady jersey. I took that picture in Cancun in Mexico. And what other pictures up here? This is another one of my favorite camp shirts. But I cut this one up. I cut this up so it looks a little different. It don't got the sleeves on it no more. But yeah, so those are my favorite pictures. And then here's my NASCAR jacket, bro. That staple, that NASCAR jacket. And another reason I love this picture so much is because if you see my NASCAR jacket now, this whole sleeve is flooded with cigar bands. So this is Tangential Thoughts. And so now this is the new hardcover. The hardcover looks like this for Tangential Thoughts. Version 1. The paperback looks like this. This is the paperback on Amazon for version 1. Version 2. Version 2 is only available in hardcover. And the reason version 2 is only available in hardcover is because this is white. And I didn't want to do paper because, look, it gets dirty. But at least, like, with this as this hardcover, you can use something like that and go like that and boom, boom, boom. So this is only available in hardcover, so version 2. And then at the start of 2024, I'm trying to get this joint straight, bro. Let's see. I just tilted up a little more. Okay, back. Now, at the start of 2024 was when I published. So 2024 starts, and now at this point, I'm doing a lot of music video edits. I'm going hard on the Cigar Talk podcast, and I'm starting to really do a lot of freestyles and stuff. So freestyles was easy for me because I was posting them on Instagram on my stories. So then I was like, let me just take all these poems from Instagram and put them into a book. So then that's why I have Art versus Artists. Oh, because at the end of every year, they have this thing called Art versus Artists. You see a lot of artists posting, well, here's my art from the year, Art versus Artists. They do it every year. And I was like, well, man, let me do this. Let me participate in it. And so when I got doing that, I started, saying, what's my Art versus Artist? So you even kind of see, here's the actual photograph, and that's the picture I painted of myself. And this is from that same photo shoot. And again, for marketing purposes, I got to make sure I put the YouTube and Instagram in case somebody's looking for me, like, who is that? So this is when I published my freestyles. And I published this book in a day. I was switching the fonts up. So you see, because not that I don't care and I don't like this book, but it's a paperback and I don't generally like paperback. Hey, oh, she look, I got a shout out to her. Let's give her a shout out to her because she just cut it up next to me. Oh, hey, babe, she just cut it up next to me. So, hey, babe, hey, whoa, you're not going that far. So. This one, because it's a paperback, I don't care about it as much. I generally prefer hardcovers, but I was able to get this one done. But I started writing in this one, started writing some more freestyles and just responses, and you can see I'm changing the fonts up. Now, and I'll be honest, one of my friends, I did an unboxing to her book as well. When I saw her book, it kind of inspired me to try to write a book and switch the fonts up. So that's what I did in my book. I was switching the fonts up, writing my books, and doing the freestyles. So I typed all them up at the library. So I typed this book. I actually published this book I type it up in here. Time, 3:38 p.m. Date, Thursday, January 4th, 2024. Achievement, type my third book in less than 2 hours. And so I even put it up here. I was like, so even here, I wrote down a lot of the artistic creative achievements from 2023, because when I wanted to do Art versus Artists, like I wrote it like, what did I do this year? How did I become a better artist? You know what I'm saying? Keeping track of all of that. And so it's almost like a CV. Like I'm not even sure what CV is, like a resume, but like an artist resume. And this was like me updating my artist resume in 2023. And so I list all of those achievements in there, and I said time, 1:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is Thursday, January 4th. So I started at 1:42. I finished at 3:38. So I finished it in less than 2 hours. Boom. Type my third book up. That's my third book, but it's a what? Paperback. But I like hardbacks. So in order to publish a hardback on KDP, you have to have at least 75 pages. So in here, I switched it up again. So again, here's the picture. This time, the first picture I didn't take of myself. This time I took this picture of myself. I painted this portrait of me. And then this is actually Nagini right there. That's actually, and this is why I like taking pictures and stuff now. You know what I'm saying? That is actually a picture of Nagini. So that's my first snake that I had. That's Nagini. So this is Art versus Artists, Mamba Edition hardcover. And because I like the back of the other book so much, I put it back on this one too. So this is my fourth book. And so it's an extension. So just how like Tangential Thoughts version 2 is an extension of the first one, it just has that backstory. This one it has everything the paperback version has, but then it just has 50 more freestyles. And the difference here, remember I tried to add a little different stuff. So on this one, actually, I put a maze in here just because I wanted a maze. I put myself into a maze. It's a picture of me, but in a maze. And I had a puzzle in here. And I actually was okay with it being black and white because I think that would make the puzzle harder. So this is a puzzle of me, and then that's a maze of me, and then it has, of course, 50 more freestyles. So this is my 4th book, Art versus Artist Mamba Edition. And I also published this one in January as well. This one's also published in January. And then from there, to keep going from here. Now, after this, in February, and I vividly remember this, February, Super Bowl weekend, I meet this lady and she said, what do you do? And that's a common question that you're gonna ask anybody that you may see. Let me take this out. Okay. A common question that you're gonna ask anybody that you meet for the first time is, what do you do for a living? And that question right there really just, when I sit there and try to answer that, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? And when I say I'm an artist, people say, well, what type of art do you do? And it's like, yo, I do everything. I've tapped in with almost any type of medium, whether it's pottery, clay, painting, with the acrylics, with the gouache, acrylics, and there's another one I know for sure, watercolors. Now the only medium that I have not, which it's not that I'm scared to do it, it's just that it's going to require a lot of materials just to get started. I did my research into it. Is the oil painting. The oil painting, I think like, if you look at people who try to give you like a tutorial on it, there's like 5 different, not ingredients, but you're going to need like 5 different things to get started oil painting. So that's why I haven't done oil painting yet. But then, of course, as an artist, I also do freestyles. I mix the stuff up with the music. I've been doing a lot of editing. I've been doing the acting. I've been doing, you know what I'm saying, of course, directing. You know what I'm saying, all my shit, you know what I'm saying, all my stuff, making my own movie here type of thing. I even, you know what I'm saying, that was how this whole started. I made a little movie. I made a mini movie, which you can see on YouTube. That's one of my playlists. But I have a little mini movie type of thing, and I just, because I was sitting down, and this is when I first doing my cigar talk, and it was just like I had painted a picture of my shadow and this and the third, and I was on the step and we was having a stupid conversation about who's the greatest superhero of them all. So you can watch that. But she asked me, what do you do? And I say, you know, I'm an artist and an author, and I'm working on my books. And she was like, you know what, I want to buy each one of your books. So that's what inspired me to write my 5th book. So here's my 5th book. It's called 5. My 5th book is called 5. Now, the reason I say this, the inspiration for my 5th book was, now this one wasn't actually a trauma response, okay? The first 2 were, the second and third one was just me being creative. Now this one is because she's a Christian. And my poetry books are vulgar and it has vulgar language in it. So I was like, again, you still want to say Kim Dynasty. Got to shout out Kim Dynasty. And this is how I kind of spray painted it on my Jeep. So some inspiration behind this book. I had saw a book that had inverted writing. So usually you see a book with white pages and black writing. I'd want to do an inverse to that. I saw a book that had it like that, but I didn't know how they actually published it. So I was like, well, how can I do that? So I published my book. This is my version of it. Black pages with white writing. And at the time, I didn't know where my Apple Pencil was. So I started writing it just with my finger. So I wrote this book with my finger. It's inverted black and white, and the pages are scattered. The pages are scattered. So like here's page 90, and then there's a blank page. Not only is it scattered, here's page 72, another blank page. I'm trying to see something. All right, so here you see page 104 and page 83 right next to each other. So I wrote this again with my finger, and then I published this book. So when I actually got this book, I didn't notice the sizing of it. So like these books right here, I knew they were going to be big, like size-wise, But this one I forgot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I was shocked. I forgot. Like, how did this become so big? So when I got this book, this is actually a bigger book. You can see for size reference. Not only that, it also reads backwards. So this is my 5th book. It reads backwards, and it reads backwards, and it has the black and white pages. So that's this. It reads backwards, and then the pages get scattered. So that is this book, and I think, okay, I don't add it in this book. So that's my 5th book, called 5. And I published this book in February, Super Bowl weekend. And now, the moment of truth. The moment of truth. My 6th book. So, after my Jeep got repossessed, the crazy part was I had just used the last money or whatever I had to get the brakes fixed, this and that, boom, boom, boom. And I had just got a new job. I was working as a server. And then the first day that I drive to work, this I always remember this day. I drove to work this day. I was so happy too, because like I'm driving to work. I haven't drove to work since last year, literally since last year. So it's my first time driving to work, and I was like, I was excited. I get home, get back. When I say home, I'm staying with somebody. So I get back, and 2 o'clock in the morning, I hear the alarm go off, and so I kind of already went through this, and so you can watch the story about me reacting to that. But I ended up quitting the job. I quit the job. After the Jeep got repossessed, I quit the job, and then, again, I had to channel this energy into something. So I wrote a book. I wrote another book. And so this is the time. We're gonna write this. We're gonna go ahead and get this joint lit up. So here it goes. Whew. And this is all I've been waiting for. And so I guess a couple little backstories, backdrops. Don't want to cut too much off. Backdrops behind this one. Now we're at the 6th book. And so you kind of see, like, each book is almost a response to, you know what I'm saying, a big part of my life. So that's why I'm really waiting for me to do the 7th book. Things behind this book right here. If it came out when thought I was done with it, it would have came out on February 29th. Is that band? We're going to add that band to the book. One of these bands, either this one. It's pretty smooth. It's a nice gold band. Or gotta save it, put it in the book, put it in my joint here. Even in here, I keep track of the bands. Like, I know this one right here was when I opened up the Graffiti Jungel the first time I did my pop-up. That was my celebratory jank, a little $8 cigar. You know what I'm saying? Went from there. This one, so we attach the memories to each one of these. So this one has this gold leaf, and one of these will probably go in the jacket. One of these go in the book. So let's go ahead and open this up. What did I just put that gold on? Okay, here it is right this away. Let's go ahead and get the knife. Let's go ahead and get the knife. I need to get this joint lit up, so let's just light this joint up. Let's see. Like I was saying, if the book would have been published when I thought it was going to be published, when I first was done with it, thought I was done with it, it would have been February 29th. I thought this was a good day to publish a book, because that's what happens only, every 4 years. But stuff kept happening. So, the 5th book has scattered pages. So what I wanted to do was take the scattered pages, put them all together, and put them at the end of the 6th book. But for some reason, the formatting of those pages, somehow I was able to get away with it in my 5th book. For this one, I wasn't able to get away with it. So, and that genre is a little bit weird. Like, so for example, in the 2nd book, you see how the cover wraps around, but for some reason, I couldn't get the cover to wrap around in the other books. So it's like, you know what? I just appreciate it as is and it's published, and now it's gonna keep coming out like that. 5th book, same way. I don't know how I got it published, but I couldn't put those pages in. The issue with the publishing and the formatting was those pages I tried to put in the back end. So I tried to rewrite them. But what happened with me trying to rewrite them? Oh shoot, where is this other joint at? Here's the silver one, but I want the gold one for right now. I want the gold one. Let's bring my guy out, bro. It's about that time. Okay, here's the gold one. Let's get everything right. Let's go. Everybody present. Okay. We're about to get the so here's the 6th book, The Graffiti Jungle. Put that away. And let's go. Here's to the 6th book, The Graffiti Jungle. My 6th book is called 6. The subtitle is called Graffiti Jungle. Now, after seeing how big the other books were, I decided to go smaller again. The thing I like about my small books is how portable they are. So here we go. First look. It's slick. It's slick. Ooh, hold on. Ooh, okay, hold on. There it is. The Graffiti Jungle. So these are the last pictures that I took inside the Graffiti Jungle. These are the last pictures I took with the Jeep. This is inside the Jeep, and that's outside the Jeep. And I look at it again in the light. You see how shiny it is. You see how shiny. Things I can also, whatchamacallit. The reason I need to see it again in the daytime, I need to see the colors on this. I think, I'm about to open it up. I'm not sure. Just this picture right here, I feel like I should have probably chose a different picture right here. This one at the bottom is kind of reddish, but I think that was inside the Jeep. I think I took that inside the Jeep at nighttime, and the lights was doing whatever, but I wanted to show off the guitar again. These are the last pictures I took outside the Jeep again. The last pictures. I wanted to show, this was one side of the Jeep, that was the other side of the Jeep. One side of the Graffiti Jungle, and here's the other side of the Graffiti Jungle, and this was inside. These pictures are inside. Which ones did I put up here? You know what I'm saying? One facing camera, not looking at the camera. Yeah, man. Again, now, here, I also did this guitar. The guitar was a gift to myself. The guitar was a gift I gave myself. And as an anniversary to my, the guitar was an anniversary gift for publishing Tangential Thoughts. So this is my 1 year anniversary gift for Tangential Thoughts. That's why I like this guitar so much, because I don't have the black one no more. And this one I think is just different. Like, so one of the things somebody said to me before was, I actually had a tiger's eye bracelet, and I lost it. And I cried when I lost it, because I was just tired of losing things. I got tired of losing stuff. So the tiger's eye bracelet. This time when I got a different one, I got a second one. So when I went to go get the second one, what the guy kind of said to me was, don't get the same, because I was trying to look for the exact same thing. He's like, don't get the same. You know what I'm saying? And when you lose something, that means that its time with you, its purpose with you has expired. It served its purpose with you. And the next time you get something different. It's going to be better. So the next tiger's eye bracelet I got is like, it's not chips, but like, they're not circular. It's not circular beads. It's like little chip rocks. And that is turned into a bracelet. So that's my second one. So, with this guitar, that first guitar, it was that black guitar, looked really cool. It looked like lightning. I called it Sophia. I don't think I got a name for this guitar yet. I gotta give it a name, but this one's wooden, and it still got the sharp edges on it. So, first, this is that guitar. I'm trying to replace those things. Now, let's get into this book. This book is in color. So I published this book in color. So all the other ones, kind of like black and whitish. And again, it kind of goes backwards. It kind of goes back. Yeah, it definitely does go backwards. But let's go ahead and get through this. Let's go ahead and let's take a tour through the Graffiti Jungle. Let's take a tour through the Graffiti Jungle. Of course, got the mobile cigar holder. Let's go ahead and put this down. And let's take a tour through this book. So, we gotta read it backwards. Okay, at this point, now I have my Apple Pencil. So the handwriting is better. I noticed in the other one, the handwriting wasn't too great. So in this one, I wanted to make sure that the handwriting was a lot more legible. The handwriting is a lot more legible here. So it published, it reads backwards. I started writing this on February 28th, 2024. Oof, yeah, this shit hot, boy. You see that right there? Boom. And so what I kind of started doing was, since it didn't come out when it was supposed to come out, I think I went back through and I started editing it. So now I go back and add some commentary to the book. So I'm like, we're gonna pretend. Oh, come on. So now, like on this page, you know what I'm saying? I just showed you the picture, right? That picture right there, those two pictures are the middle two pictures here. Those middle two pictures. Boom and boom. And I said, I added a picture of myself and said, added some commentary and said, we're going to pretend that this is the comic book page. We're going to pretend that this is the comic book page. Because, you know what I'm saying, I wanted a comic book. So I was like, we're going to pretend that this is a comic book. I started just going back through, and anywhere I saw a typo, if I want to write the words different, I was scratching stuff out and just making edits. So you see I'm making edits, crossing stuff out, explaining. I wrote a lot neater on this one. I wrote so much neater. Now this one also has a couple freestyles in it. Cause I was like, I'm gonna have a song. So it's like my song book. And it keeps going. Oof, oof, boy. Yikes. That looks good. That looks good. Now this is my only book that actually has color. All the other books are in black and white. This one has color. I put the pictures in there. You see that design right here? That design. Boom. In the book and right there, you see it. Then I tell you right here, I'm writing in red. I'm writing in red now. So I say, so my original idea was to attach the scattered pages of 5, my 5th book, to the back end of 6, my 6th book, but we're having technical difficulties, so I'm going to rewrite each page. And since I have to rewrite, I'm adding more pages, new chapters, scattered pages of book 5. So I started, look, Kim Dynasty. So book 5, Kim Dynasty, page 70. I'm rewriting the pages over. Rewriting the pages over. So the pages don't even read. These pages, this is the most interesting book ever, bro. Oh my goodness. It even got I said intermission, connect the dots. Intermission, connect the dots. I got a connect the dots picture in here. This one get interesting. Here's a fake planner that I put in here. I put the planner in here. So Sunday through Friday, you got to take Saturday off. You know what I'm saying? But here goes Saturday. Add your Saturday here. Here's the weeks 1, 2, 3, 4 of a month. So this is your monthly planner. This is a monthly planner. Got a page for it, just if you want to get started. I said page 88. Now I'm in the pickle. Writing. Then, where does it get to? Okay, so now, here's the creative writing part of the book. Creative writing. I said, make it your own main character. Put the main character's name right here. Put the main character right here. Boom. So it turns like to a real activity book. So, in this made-up story, I made this up on live one day too. Blank is a part of a tribe called Quest. You know, put that. The tribe gets raided and the chief is killed. The remaining survivors are called Blank, and the son of the chief takes over. Plot twist. The son made a deal with Blank to kill his father. Why would he want his father dead? And then you got to give some responses to it. So everybody should be able to give some different responses, different angles. The survivors become a nomadic tribe fleeing blank because the son still owes them money for killing his father. Blank finally catches up to them and they decide to fight best warriors. Blank is the best fighter and quickly beats them all one by one. Once Blank beats everybody, Blank looks at the Sun Chief and challenges him to be leader. Our main character wins. The girlfriend of the Sun Chief looks at the main character and says, "We can finally be together." So that was supposed to be another little plot twist. And that was only like 7 pages. I feel like 7 is a good time for like a little short story. So man, this is lit. So yeah, this is 6 books. So it's finally here, man. It's finally here. There's a couple misprint. It wasn't printing, so then I finally started adding all the rest of that stuff in there. Ooh, that just fell. So this has been the unboxing for my 6th book. Now I'm about to go ahead. I'm gonna keep it live on YouTube going, but I'm gonna just go from here and I'm gonna record some visuals. Just cause we're in the mood. It's here. It's finally here, man. And today's date is February 8th, 2024. We had the eclipse earlier, and we're at the Graffiti Jungle with Crush and Bailee. Thank you.